Yeah. I think he's going to go to a powerhouse team, and if it's the East, it's probably like Milwaukee or something that can really Philly, Toronto. Imagine him going to Toronto after dominating them, just becomes their savior.
Yeah, welcome to LeBronto.
He already owns the city. I'm pretty sure they pretty much opened up for him after that walloping, that mollywhopping.
Yeah. So I think LeBron goes to the West. I think him and Paul George team up in the Lakers.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's a team that really could cause some problems for the Warriors. Because you got the youth that still have the energy that they could play full 48 minutes. I don't know if Lonzo was able to because he was injured, missed a lot of time, hasn't really gotten used to, playing the same way that like Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. Oh, Brandon Ingram's on the Cavaliers now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's also scary because I think LeBron would really bring out the best of Lonzo and would actually make him like a future MVP.
I disagree.
Why?
Because Lonzo is a facilitator. LeBron facilitates every team that he's gone to. He's the facilitator. The offense runs through him. Lonzo, the type of player he is unselfish facilitator. So I think that would completely change his game and would mess with him way more than
he actually played really well when he was playing off the ball this season. They did try and take him off the ball because he was feeling a little overwhelmed with the complexity of the point guard position in the NBA. And LeBron is a facilitator, but he has shown that if he has a competent point guard, he doesn't always, bring the ball up the court. He, will get open and cause mismatch nightmares for everybody.
But that's the point, though. I wouldn't say that Lonzo is at a point where LeBron should trust or feel confident that he's a competent point guard yet.
I think he could bring him up to that level.
I would think that
with a full off season, assuming he signs somewhere in a reasonable amount of time.
I mean, I agree that he could be good for Lonzo, but as a coach.
Well, he is he's the coach.
The owner.
Yeah.
And everyone else is the bitch.
Yeah.
But I think LeBron leaves the East, heads to the West, because I think he wants to beat the Warriors again. I think he wants to shut down this super team.
Yeah.
He's never been on one.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to shut down the super team.
No, it's like he went Saiyan with the Heat went Saiyan, and then the Warriors went Super Saiyan, and now the Rockets have become Super Saiyan, so they're like Vegeta basically.
Have they?
I think so. I think they are, as I said, the other team to beat. I think they're pretty dang close to the Warriors.
I want to ask you a question, and don't be mad at me. Am I the only person that thinks that James Harden is just a little bit overrated?
Why would I be mad at you?
Because everybody friggin' loves him. And so I just assume that everyone I meet loves James Harden.
No, I think he is. Don't get me wrong, he's a great scorer, but he's not a great defender.
His defense is worse than Melo's.
No, that's a little too far. But
Melo's a little bit bigger. He takes up more room.
He's not a very good defender, and he has gotten shut down by guys.
Yeah, he scored 9 points in. Was it this series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Ingles that shut him down? Someone knows how to guard him, knows how to get him to go right because he always goes left. So no, I don't think it's unfair to say that he's a little overrated. We've got our issues with the MVP thing. It's way too much of a popularity contest than it is an actual
Anthony Davis. How is it not Anthony Davis? How is it not? Anyways,
but yeah. But I think as a team, they are very, very good. And part of that is, Chris Paul, who I think is still a very fantastic point guard, even though he's, getting older.
I feel like the way he plays, that he has like this strange vision, like he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like the best quarterback.
Yeah, you want to talk about facilitator. He's one of the best pure passing point guards
that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
He's fantastic at it. He's, he reminds me of like Steve Nash with that kind of vision.
I wouldn't even put Steve Nash in the same category.
No, Steve Nash was an amazing passer.
Oh, he was. But I think Chris Paul is that much better.
No, you can't do that. That would put him on like another entire different plane all his own, and that would put him into like, I don't know, Magic Johnson territory.
That was a goaltend. They completely missed it, but it was a goaltend. And I think, how we talk about these players that just put teams on their back, how many years did he put the Hornets on his back and made them a playoff team when his teammates were literally Air Bud and a Leprechaun? I mean...
And the Clippers.
Yeah, he put
he was the reason that the Clippers had the success they did, because you have DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin, who should not be able to play well together on the same team based on their games. Even though Blake, did eventually learn to shoot a little better, which, I feel like we haven't seen very much since he went to the Pistons. But
maybe that's Stan Van. That's why he's out.
They should not have been able to play that well together as very limited scorers. Like DeAndre Jordan is very good. He's a monster down in the paint, but that's it. That's the only facet of his game. And Blake was also paint. So they should have had more trouble, but when you had Chris Paul just going through the defense and finding
Jamal Crawford on the wing,
yep,
where he's like the most deadly shooter in the history of the NBA.
And then just finding the most beautiful alley-oops, because it was
Lob City.
Yeah, it was Lob City for a reason, and that reason was Chris Paul.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate everything Steve Nash did, and I know that he was a fantastic player. I mean, you don't get back-to-back MVPs if you're not a fantastic player. But I've never seen anybody play with such finesse and such instinct.
Steve Nash is one of the best passers of all time. He owns like all the passing records. Yeah. I don't think you can say that Chris Paul is on another level. I think you could say that they are, compatriots.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll agree to disagree for the sake of my couch.
We'll agree to disagree until you look at stats.
Oh, stats don't matter, because if you're looking at stats, well then by God, Mark Reynolds is the greatest baseball player in the history of baseball. Man just stands at a plate, hits a home run. If he makes contact with the ball and it doesn't go over a wall, he's nothing. But
Pelicans Warriors is also tonight, but it's at 10:30. You never stay up for those games,
which sucks.
Yeah,
I'd love to be able to stay up all night watching those games, and the Vegas and Sharks games.
Yeah. Let's move on to that shortly. Should we do our predictions for the rest of the NBA playoffs?
Yeah, and then we're gonna talk really quickly about the Knicks. I'm sorry about that though. So right now, Rockets lead the Jazz 3-1. Warriors lead the Pelicans 3-1. Boston leads the 76ers 3-1. Cleveland beat LeBronto 4-0. So what do you guys think? I mean, I think you've already said what you think is going to happen. You think Rockets win, Warriors win, and do you think the Celtics or the 76ers win?
I think the Celtics take it just because they're up 3-1. I think Sixers put in a fight and get it to 3-2, maybe even 3-3, but I don't see them winning 3 in a row. So I think Celtics take it, but I think Cavs over Celtics, even though the Celtics are a more complete team. It's just, I think it's just going to be that LeBron dominance, if you will.
LeBron.
And then they are going to lose to the Warriors in the finals.
I'm so sick of seeing Warriors Cavs.
Yep.
This will be 4 straight years.
This is going to be the last year of it, and then it's going to be...
That's going to be
Warriors,
Houston, Boston?
Warriors. It's going to be Boston versus...
Pelicans.
Maybe. If LeBron goes to Pelicans, then I could see that happening.
Yeah, I think... I think I'm still going to take the Celtics for one reason only.
They could. I'm not counting them out. I just think...
In Brad Stevens, I trust.
That's fair. He's a fantastic coach.
He's, in my opinion, 2 years in... Or what is it, 3 years? He's been coaching the Celtics now. Maybe even longer. I might be out of the loop. I can't think of a coach better than him right now except Pop. Who's better? Mike D'Antoni? He's failed elsewhere. I mean, he couldn't
care.
Yeah. Yeah, but
is it? But you know, any criticism you're gonna level against Care about the team he's given, you can also level against Brad Stevens because Danny Ainge has built that team beautifully.
Well, the argument I would make is they were successful when Kerr was out with Woodson coaching. If
it
you take
Woodson, it was
not Woodson, Mike, not Mike. What's that guy's name? Mark Jackson. Yeah. So they were successful with Mark Jackson without Kerr. What would the Celtics be without Brad Stevens? I don't know. Maybe they're fine. Maybe they're not. But I think Brad Stevens, in my opinion, is the best coach in the NBA outside of Popovich. And might have even been better than Popovich this year.
I don't know, man. I don't think you're giving respect to Ty Lue.
Ty who? He's not even invited into the huddles.
Yeah, no, that's a joke. You're not giving enough respect to the coach, LeBron.
I think it's going to be Warriors Celtics. Warriors beat the Celtics.
Yeah, I think if it's Warriors Celtics, it's Warriors in 5. I think if it's Warriors Cavs, it's Warriors in 6. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Warriors. But it's probably going to go to 7 games between them and the Rockets.
What do you think, BB?
I originally had, was it Philly versus Houston, but seeing as good as the way the Cavs are playing, probably not going to be that way, pan out. It'll probably be, it should be above all else, I'd say Houston and the Cavs.
Houston Cavs?
In the finals, yeah.
And who do you think wins it?
Probably the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't think Houston has anyone that can defensively match up against LeBron.
No.
Where, I mean...
And that's only,
It would be a more interesting series if it was Houston Cavs. I don't... until the Warriors fall, I just don't see anyone, really beating them with, Curry coming back healthy. They are missing their young guy, what's his face, with the spinal injury. He was very good for them. That was a great find for them in the draft. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's trying to come back before playoffs are over too, which is crazy because I thought he was done for much longer with the injury he had.
I think...
But yeah, should be fun after this round.
I think if it's the Cavaliers and the Rockets, I think the Cavs sweep the Rockets.
No way.
I just don't see how they'd match up with LeBron. Who do they have that can match up with LeBron?
They just overpower them offensively. They'll
easily
double LeBron and just accept whoever else is shooting, and then they'll just outshoot them.
Yeah, their shooting is definitely better than the Cavaliers. But I don't know. If you're talking about in LeBron I trust, then they don't have something. Draymond has the ability to shut LeBron down. What's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? He was the MVP a couple years ago of the NBA Finals against the Cavaliers. what's his name? Not LaMarcus Aldridge.
Edu.
Oh, Andre Iguodala.